Alright, I'm working on door panels. I've got the Wildcat and Impala door panels going at the same time here. I'm going to try to share as many tips as I can. Less than 10 minutes here. So, here's an old door panel the last upholsterer did. And the only thing we're saving is this metal crown. I still have to go back with a wire brush and a putty knife, scrape all this old foam off, clean that metal piece up. I've already taken a pair of pliers and hammer and straightened it out, straightened all the edges best I could so it would fit correct. It still needs a little bending here. All this edge straightened out once I removed the metal from the board. But what I'm doing here is trying to get a more accurate pattern. So I've used theirs as something to start from. It's a little easier than starting from nothing. If you start from nothing, you just gotta kind of measure how big a board you need, come mount it, and then mark your edge. This one, I came back, took my chalk, held a nice form with my hand, and made this mark here, and noted to myself how much more to add. I've got 3/4 of an inch to get to this line, and then I got to end up meeting this line here. So I have a big long 60-inch metal ruler. I will correct that line with, get it real close. Same thing here. This one was a little too far, so I brought it back some. I've marked the holes I need to keep. This is for the handle to open the door, and 3 screw holes for the armrest, which I'm going to put those holes for now, but I may be ending up I may end up building an armrest for this one. 2 more we have, window crank and vent window crank, so we need those back. And I'm not using this black on black or this black backing waterproof panel board, which is the norm to use for these, but it doesn't last. And I'm going to replace it with this 1/8 inch fiber board, fiber paneling. I've been using it lately. So I'll take this to my table next on my big sheet of panel board there, and cut this new diameter. Then take this apart, clean this, come test fit it again, and try to get it mocked up where it's all fitting nice at this point. So that'll be on the next video. I'm going to jump over to the Impala door panels and try to give a few tips on those. So hopefully this helps some of you guys doing upholstery to at least concentrate on this first part of getting your foundation lined up real nice and test fitted. Even if you have to come back and forth to the vehicle 3 or 4 times and trim, maybe cut a new board. You know, if anything, when we go cut this, go on and cut a little extra if you want, if you're afraid it's not going to be right. Then once you get that one mounted, you can adjust for it. And in cutting these boards, you really don't come to the very edge. You want to come back just a little bit. You got maybe a 1/2 inch of paint that should show right there after the finish, and you want that real nice. If you come too far over, it's going to be sandwiching against this trim and causing an indentation in the material, which you will get sometimes, even the factory ones. So careful how close you play it there. Alright, that's the best tips I can give on this one so far. Now the Impala, these are the rear door panels. They're not as bad as the front, so I'm going to start with these. Next step on these, I've already stripped them down, is to clean them. So I've discussed this many times, showed it. Crud Cutter is one of my favorite cleaners, is my favorite cleaner. Only thing I don't use it on is real leather, and I dilute it quite a bit. I used to say half and half. I'm finding myself just a small bit, maybe up to my thumb, and then the rest water, hot water. Mix it up good. So let's see if we can find a real dirty spot. You can watch the dirt pretty much roll off this thing. And then we got grain. There's a little grain pattern in all these materials and plastics. So a brush and circle motions will really get that dirt out of the grain. You can even spray it again, and you can rinse it off with the hose and wipe it with a rag. It's almost brand new. I'm going to do that to these two panels. I'm going to stay away from soaking this up here because of the foam. So if anything, I'm going to rinse it from here down. But I'm going to clean this carpet very good. Anyone with experience with these knows this carpet does not want to come loose from this plastic. It's almost fused together. So I always try to save these carpets if possible. The worst thing I ever see on them, besides some stains that usually come out, is the fraying of the hairs. So I'll take I got some old hair clippers. I'll take and shave those off. Carpet looks brand new after that, so I don't know if that would be considered a wrong way or cheating. I still take the extra time to clean it up and make it look right. But of course, if that has cigarette burns or wear spots or anything, that's going to have to come off. But I've checked these quite a bit. I'm very confident they'll clean up like brand new. Plus, I really made a note to myself to match the aftermarket floor, the carpet up with this stuff and the console. Did notice the shade looked a little different in my last video, but in person it matches much better, so it must just be the lighting, the camera here. Alright, another tip for these armrests. A lot of times I see these tabs are broken, and it's shrunk from the sun and heat and coming loose. So a fix you can do here, if it's not shrunk too much, you may not be able to fix it. You can always try heating it up with a heat gun, forming it back, cleaning all this, not all of it, but cleaning some foam off there, and getting some 2-part epoxy in behind here, and epoxy it back, and use some masking tape or painter's tape, and go around it a bunch. And that way it'll hold the form as it dries. And when you take that tape off, it should be pretty decent. Another thing I like doing here, oh no, let me skip that. If those tabs are broke, cheap little fix, you can come in behind here, make sure you don't use too long of screws, but you can screw that in permanently, and just shoot a screw from the back side out here into this plastic. You do that a couple times, maybe 2 there, and then for this spot, a lot of times it's warped and the bottom's busted up where the screws won't hold that either. I have some 1/8 inch ABS plastic. You can use a few different things. I saw a kit come with a piece of aluminum that was polished up like chrome. You can make I got some poster board here I used for a template. Just made this pattern here and marked with a pencil through the holes where the holes need to be. So I'll transfer that onto this plastic, cut those out. See, the back 2 match and the front 2 are probably a little different in shape, so I'll make another template for the front 2. And on the front door panels, it'll be another video, but don't let me forget if I do. Leave me a note. I'm sure a lot of you would want to see how to do these. So these mushroomed studs, where it looks like it's permanent, those can be Dremel tooled, pop loose, short screws with washers to be held back. If you want to separate these 2 panels, these 2 pieces. So there we go. Let me get back to it and get all this cleaned, get the boards cut out for the Wildcat, and I'll try to come back with another video today. I don't know if I'll get both of them uploaded today, but I'll get them both shot. Sorry, I'm still not editing footage together. I don't know what's up. I may have to trade this camera off with somebody else, so I have a format video that will fit my editing software. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Till the next one. Leave me some comments if there's something else you want to know about these. I'll be more than glad to share what I know. Peace.